I do my thing?
Yes.
Can I get stupid as a khataleba tubare?
Yes.
Can I come right back like a boomerang?
Yes.
Can I remind you, don't get it, Caddy busale?
Yes.
Wow, hobola marafe.
Yes.
Do you still have my music? Do you love it?
Yes.
You and your homegirl.
Come here, I got a question. Come here, come closer. Come here. So, what do you think of my painting?
Guys, you guys don't understand. This is.
I saw you.
That's Caddy. I'm like, who's this jacking my nigga's style?
It's just gone at 20 after 7 right here on The Element, and everything is rocking, real and relevant, and all for the love of hip-hop. I did say that Towdee Mac is coming through tonight, and we have something super special that is happening. There's been almost tears. There's been a lot that's going on, and I feel incredibly honored that you chose to spend this day with me. I think let's make it official. Happy birthday.
Thank you so much.
I think I need everybody to sing again, because there's no such thing as not sing. Okay, what so? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Towdee. Hold the note. Happy birthday to you.
See, I gave you the beat right there.
Yes. Happy birthday, Towdee. Why
so
would you
much,
spend
the queen.
your 40th birthday with me?
Because, my friend, I haven't seen you for a whole year. Like, it's been a whole year.
Hectic.
Hey,
because I was nervous. Oh my God, are we about to do this? Okay. But I'm so happy to see you.
What market last year?
What market? Yes, and then I did see you also for the Spooder Juices, though it's a remix video shoot as well.
That was dope.
Kai. But I'm so happy to see you. 40. It's a huge milestone.
Still time, Manu. Okay. Uncle, you refer to me as uncle, short timer.
Yes.
Sure, uncle.
Oh.
I ask questions like Mistress Aring Koskolo.
No.
Yeah. Azizzar, Mama Ring.
For like 9 years.
Azizzar, Dumela Azizzar, Mistress Aring Koskolo.
Okay, Abutaka. I feel like my actual older brother is in the room, because you guys are the same age. My brother turns 40 next month.
Beautiful.
And he's been freaking out.
No need to freak out.
How do you feel about it?
I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm happy. Most people will tell you they weren't happy when they turned 40 because they weren't where they wanted to be in life.
Yeah.
But, I've been calling myself Short Madala, I think, since I was in my late 20s, because I've always embraced growing older.
Right.
And I've always had older friends, So, like you can see by my stature, I grew up short and tiny. So,
Yes.
So, I've always pretended to be older, although I look younger than I am.
Yes. I was surprised. I was like, 40, really?
Yeah, like it's a for real thing,
So when you woke up this morning,
yeah,
what were the first few things that you thought about and were grateful for?
Wow, my kids.
Yeah.
My relationship with my kids, my relationship with my wife, my relationship with my older brother, which wasn't always so cool, but right now we have the best relationship.
Yeah.
My relationship with my dad, which wasn't always cool, but now it's, so I was just appreciating things that have turned out for the better.
Yeah.
That's what I woke up with in mind. And my students, wow, my backstage lectures, I like to call them my alumni.
Yes.
guys that I've attended even if you've attended just one of my workshops, you're a graduate to me.
Yeah.
And these guys send me messages. I was reading such beautiful messages this morning. It makes you realize how much you've touched people's lives, and it's tear jerking, So yeah, I was crying half the morning.
And then you got here and we did extra things as well.
And then I got here, and then you guys and Caddy and my wife for the first time has been successfully secretive about something.
So for those who don't know, what happened was, shout out to Levi. I love Levi so much. So much. So because when we were trying to get this interview done, I was like, but to make him work on his birthday, and she's like, yeah, I feel the same way, but he's like, let's do it anyway. And then she hit me up, I think maybe a day or two ago, and she was like, this is what's happening. I've gotten this painting made for him, and I want to surprise him in studio. Is that okay? I said, what? Yes, that is totally fine. So we linked up, myself and Caddy. He came in a lot earlier today, came to check out the space, put the painting, see where you can put the painting and stuff. We set up a little bit, and then you walked in and you didn't see it at first.
No.
I don't know how, because it's huge and gorgeous.
But I don't know why I thought that was a screen at first. I thought it was like a digital screen. It's just something reflecting on a screen. So my eyes just went past it.
Yeah.
And then Azizzar was like, what do you think of my painting? And then I realized it was a painting. And then I had to step outside to go scream for a second.
He really screamed, by the way. He's not making it up. He screamed a couple of times. Yes.
And then I came back in. And then my wife was like, did you see Caddy? This is a Caddy. And, at the same time, I'm looking at this painting and I'm like, I have a painter friend who paints just like this. And now somebody's gone and jacked his style. So
all these things are happening.
All these things are happening in my mind. And then my wife says, no, it's Caddy. 'Cause I think she could see it in my face too. Because she says, here's Caddy. I was like, whoa, Caddy's here. And then I had to go out and scream again because I haven't seen him in a while like Azizzar.
Yes.
So, yeah, man. So I ran into two old friends, and there was a big portrait of myself, and the portrait is of a specific moment in my life.
Yeah, you told us off air, but I really want people to hear it because it's such a powerful story.
I'm so sorry that I don't remember the name of the place, because really it's a beautiful tourist attraction. I'll try find out and then send it to you now. But it's this gorge.
Okay.
In Botswana, in Maung, I think. And you go up there, and this family that they've been living near the mountain for a while, and there's stories about the mountain, you know? And there's churches that go there to pray because they believe there's spirits up there. And this is because there's a certain type of wind. I don't know the scientific name for it, but the wind blows upwards from inside the gorge, where the river used to flow. So when you're up at the mountain, there are some people who believe that wind can take you and take you up to heaven, right?
Hectic.
So there are people who don't go up there, like,
because of that fear and the superstition.
Yeah. So I'm there. I was in Botswana just touring with some other artists and doing some charity work. And then these guys were like, yeah, man, there's an opportunity to go visit this family that says they can take us up this gorge, and there's a story about it, right? And I was in pain, and they said, Towdee, you can stay because you're in pain, you're not feeling well. I was like, I'm going up there with you guys. Something's just telling me I need to go up there with you guys. And climbing up there is not easy, and I'm in pain, but I just soldiered it on.
Yeah. And
this wind that blows, it doesn't blow all the time or every day. Like, when you're lucky and you're up there, it'll blow, you know, and you'll experience it. So I wasn't even sure that we weren't even sure that it was going to blow that day.
Right.
But I just kept pushing and went up there. As soon as we got up there, I prayed.
Yeah.
And when I said amen, the wind started blowing.
That must have been so incredible.
And that's why in the portrait you see me holding my hat.
Yeah.
Because it was about to fly. And I had my eyes closed because I was just feeling this. And coming down, my back wasn't aching anymore. I was healed.
What?
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah. I actually kept telling people to touch me and to see if
Just to make sure.
hurt, like
I
if
got
batlang
the wisdom,
tongkhela. Yeah, you know, like nix, dog.
Wow.
You know, and somebody said, no, it's because you took your mind off it, and and they tried to explain. I was like, yo, that was God all over that.
That was
because
God.
how do you explain that the wind blew after I said amen?
Right. That is incredibly powerful. I love that.
And my life began to change on my trip back. You know, like that's when I moved back to the Northwest. But shortly after that, you know, Jabba passed. But you know, things just, you know, and all the words that Jabba had told me, you know, Jabba always encouraged me to teach and teach others to teach.
Yeah.
You know, he put that responsibility on me. That's why I do what I do, you know, so fervently, because, you know, I feel like I have this responsibility. And Jabba used to talk about it so seriously, you know, like whenever I'd visit him, he'd ask me, so who do you have under your wing now? You know, so so what have you done now?
Yeah.
You know, who you know, play me somebody new, you know, because he put that responsibility on me to bring out the new guys, you know, and that's why I introduced Madlera Dope Boy to Cooley, you know. We brought out Huge, the Oracle, you know, like wherever I see talent that needs to be out there, I just, you know, help dudes out. And now I do these workshops.
Yes, which I love.
Yeah, backstage lectures, right? And I go to rural areas, I go to townships, everywhere, actually. You know, if you have a program and you want me to come, bring my backstage lectures there, like I'm doing on Sunday, you know, we live streaming it. Hey, boom, you know. What I want, the outcome for me, is to have a better, you know, music industry.
Yeah.
You know,
we need that.
We don't, I mean, we've come to, here's what's been happening over, say, the 100 years that we've known the music industry to be what it is, right? It's unfair.
Yes.
Right? Your template contract is 90% bias, you know? And we've even taught ourselves as creatives to say creativity is only 10%. That's, you know, there's a saying, cats always land on their feet.
Yes.
But a cat will tell you that's a rumor started by dogs so people could throw cats off buildings.
Hectic.
Right?
I mean, it makes sense.
Right?
It makes sense.
Yeah. So because why
else? What
does that make you want to do? Throw a cat off something to see if it'll happen.
Yes.
So it's a rumor started by dogs, right?
Intense.
So you know, yeah, in the same breath, I mean, I take it like that, you know. For me, we were taught, it was a rumor spread by those against us that creativity is only 10%.
Yeah.
That's BS. You know, creativity is way more than, it's more than 50%.
Yes.
It's from birth. It's all your life's experiences, and the little bit of time that those people spent with you and the little bit of money they spent on you can never amount to the 9 months you spent in your mother's womb absorbing whatever you did to bring out that hit.
Yes.
So, you know, F your 10% story, that's not it. We need to change the game. We need to, you know, so that's what I'm trying to teach these kids now, to say, don't believe that hype no more.
Don't believe that hype no more.
Yeah, like you are the 90%. I
love that. You are the 90%. We're going to take a short music break and then we're going to come back. There's so much to talk about. There's Beatmakers Market that's happening this weekend.
Yeah.
I also want to ask you to do something very, very specific. If it were up to me, I would ask you to give me 40 lessons that we can impart on other people as we celebrate your 40th. But I'm going to winnow it down, and we're going to unpack a whole lot more as well. It is The Element on Massive Metro, and it's all for the love of hip-hop. I'm still hanging out with Towdee Mac. We're having incredible conversations off air because we both love hip-hop. We both love radio. And we take ourselves super, super seriously. And it's just interesting, some of the experiences that we've all had as a collective. Now, before we took a music break, there are a couple of things that you touched on that I really want to flesh out. You mentioned Jabba, right? And not too long ago, it was his birthday in this month. And when I think about Jabba, and the fact that it's your birthday today, it's a big one, 40th, it makes me think of legacy and what your thoughts are on legacy. You know, you're 40 now, you have a wife, beautiful kids, and you're doing work that gives back to people. But then my question is, how do we make sure that we give back to you once you're not here?
Wow. What a question. You know, I'm a pay it forward kind of guy. You know, I was, you know, those who give to me taught me to give to others the way they give to me.
Yeah.
You know, so every time I do something for someone, I say, you know, if you notice someone the way I noticed you, help them the way I helped you.
Yeah.
You know, and that's how we keep the energy circulating. We go around complaining about people a lot.
Yes.
You know, we need to be safeguarded from people. We safeguard our kids from people. We safeguard ourselves from people. We walk around with high-rise walls,
Yes.
you know. And that's because nobody pays it forward. You know, you do for me, I do for you. And so the money or the energy circulates between two people.
Just here between you and I.
Right? So paying it forward would help us bring down these walls.
Yeah.
And create better people, you know, because people are the way they are because they don't believe that there are good people out there.
True.
So, you know, if you're good to someone and you say be a good person to someone and they say be a good person to someone, then we are changing that narrative, you know. So that's my thing. You give back to me by giving to another the way I've given to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really beautiful. I wouldn't have expected you to say that, because a lot of people, if you ask them that question, just make sure you play my music, make sure that you put up a statue of me in my hometown, you know, those kinds of things.
Nah.
But I think it's beautiful that you speak about energy and paying it forward.
Yeah, man. I mean, you know, statues and whatnot, those are things that come from people's hearts.
Yes.
You know, whatever somebody comes and gives you, like what I've received today is from you guys' hearts. I didn't ask for it, you know, and that's what makes it even more special. And, you know, when you give from the heart.
Yeah.
And don't give where you're not sure you want to give.
That's important.
Because that'll put you off giving.
True.
You know, be sure you're ready to give when you want to give. Because yes, people are still ungrateful out there. So you have to be ready to give and take the ungratefulness and still be able to give again.
That's true.
So before you give, you need to be give ready.
Give ready.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. I think I'm going to get these 40 things that I'm looking for either way. So you also spoke about your backstage lectures. This weekend is Beatmakers Market.
Yeah.
What are you going to be unpacking this time around?
Wow. Like this time around, you know, I'm actually focusing on this changing the narrative you know, topic.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, you know, I just want to be breaking the norms or what we've normalized in the music industry, especially for beat makers, you know. We've normalized that the bedroom beat maker kokasi uletsa music, then when at the boho au fitla josi we pizza t slash bao signa kai kai
Yo,
utletse mzala ra kokasi ko back room. They even remove his beats from your music where it's already beat ki bo makwa ya nong tate so shapam zonkonko.
yes.
Yeah, you're gone. Yeah, producer Mtepa now sits kokasi.
Oh, Mtepan asking.
So I'm here to give. So I'm gonna be there to give some pearls of wisdom to those guys.
Yeah.
How they can monetize their position from where they are.
That's beautiful.
And what they need to be doing. Say if, for example, if there's 5, 6, 7 of you in the hood, don't compete. You know, bring all your equipment together and create one production group. And the money comes into one pot, and all your clients bring the money into one pot, and the bank looks at you differently.
Yes.
But if you're individuals, you're going to struggle.
That's true.
Yeah.
So also with what you're saying, I mean, you know, COVID-19 has rocked everybody everywhere, and people had to start thinking differently about how it is that they're going to move, and especially artists.
Yeah.
And I find that it's sometimes difficult to have the conversation as far as, okay, this is your dream, this is your passion, this is the thing that you want to be known for and what you want to do. But the way that the world is set up right now is not exactly favorable for you to do just this thing. So what do you say to these artists right now? Because I think it was such a huge shock to everybody's system. And unfortunately, when things like that happen, there's people who will have that kind of shock and it'll inspire them to move. And other people will be so shocked that they're just paralyzed and they have no idea what to do.
Well, look at all the things that have popped up from what's happening, right?
Yeah.
We've been talking about TikTok. Stars, we have TikTok stars, we have YouTube stars now, we have social media stars. So that means there's a stage away from the live stage.
Yes.
Right? So we haven't been left without a stage. And this stage is right on your phone. It's accessible on your handheld.
Yes.
So, there you go. You can put together a few things, put a costume together, put a, backdrop together and do your thing on your TikTok or your YouTube or your social media. And, just, get your thing out there, Yes, we don't all have all these followers.
Yes.
And sometimes it's really slow for your things to pick up. But go into your community. I always say, especially to rappers, because this is a hip hop show and we have rappers listening, right? I always say to rappers, rap for Gogo next door.
Okay.
And if you impress her, then you ready.
What about those rappers who go, yeah, but I'm not really trying to talk to Macri. Macri is not the person that I'm really trying to talk to.
Macri is the person.
But okay, this is not what we're trying to do.
That's practice. You see, you need to be able to practice to work according to directive. Because tomorrow, an advertising agency can hand you hundreds of thousands of rands because you can follow directive. Because you can stick to the brand directive and say, I can rap about this brand this way and make it look cool and stick to the manifesto of the brand.
Right.
But if you don't know, if you just want to rap in J out of your head and not have some sort of direction, then you're a dice throw artist. Then, you might not make it.
Hit or miss sometimes.
Right? But what I mean by rap for Gogo next door, you're not going to go to her with your I F'd your B rhymes.
The shake your booty rappers, as you call them.
You're not going to go to her with the shake your booty.
Yeah.
So you're going to write some rhymes that she will relate to.
Yes.
And that in itself is practice. Can you take directive? Can you think about the consumer before yourself?
Oh, I like that. Can you think about the consumer before yourself?
Yeah, because who you making the music for?
I'm making the music because it makes me feel good. I've got a story in my heart to tell.
But if you want to monetize it,
I want Towdee to see me at Beatmakers Market or back to the city and go, Pristine, you're so great. Oh my God, you've got skill and talent.
And there's no money in that. But if you want people to take money out of their pocket and buy your music, you need to think about them and what they want. It's South African rappers dissing Amapiano right now. It's the most self-defeatist thing out there.
Why do you
because
say that?
The world is calling Amapiano the South African sound. You don't have to rap on Amapiano beats, but you can definitely take a
or that gong,
or the log drum and put it on a hip hop beat, or that saxophone, pep pep pep.
Yes,
you can take those elements and put it on a hip hop beat. You don't necessarily have to go Amapiano, right? But you have to embrace where you're from and how the world sees where you're from right now. And in fact, you can get away with spitting the hardest rhymes, 100% English, on an Amapiano beat and send it overseas.
Right.
Punchlines and everything. Right? Because then you got their attention because you on that side. You that guy from South Africa because the music says so.
Yes.
But you still a hard rhyme writer.
What about people who are like, but that's not really what I want to do. That's not why I got into this game.
Then cool. Then you can do it for your friends. all 15 of them.
It's that harsh.
Then you can do it. Then don't cry about not being successful because that's what I'm addressing here. I'm addressing the hungry dudes in the hood that want that Bentley.
Yes.
You feel me? if you want that Bentley, if you want that big house at Kyalami Estate, then you better start tuning into what the people want and give the people what they want, and they'll give you that money.
And then what if I, as Azizzar the rapper, I'm like, but Towdee, you're telling me to sell out.
No, I'm not telling you to sell out. I'm telling you what the world sees us as right now, how the world sees us right now. Obviously, you got to do. Okay, let me tap into Nasty C, because that's another totally different subject, right? Nasty C is the epitome of going against what I'm teaching right now, and not only stopping there, but getting signed overseas and then only rapping in Zulu. That's like throwing the pie back in my face right there, and I respect that. Right. Yes, but you have to be a Nasty C to do that. Mm-hmm. You have to be really special. Yes. And I'm talking to the guys that 9 out of 10 won't be special. That special guy, you special, you can make it rapping how you rap on the beats that you rap on. Do it, homie. You don't have to listen to me. But that guy that's not too sure and is trying to tackle this youth unemployment problem. Yes. And I'm talking to those guys, those bread and butter problem guys that, what can I do? I can rap really well, but I can't be on that Nasty C level. Right. But I can rap really well. I can do this thing and I can perform. Well, if you can't beat Nasty C, there's a lower hanging fruit. Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm saying to you. It's like when you're talking tuck shop and big mall. Yes. You can't tell a kid in the hood to go build a mall. Although Maponya did do it. Yes. Right? But not everybody's going to be a Maponya, right? Right. So you need to teach them how to open the tuck shop first. And that's because that's what's going to feed them tomorrow. True. And then you learn some of the principles that you will end up applying once you get to that Maponya level anyway. Yeah. But if deep in your heart you're that Maponya type and you don't need to start at tuck shop level, then do your thing and all the best, because you can't prove me wrong and I respect you for that. All right. He respects you if you prove him wrong. Yeah. We've got a few minutes to go before we wrap it up, but let's have a young throwback, shall we? On Massive Metro, indeed, still kicking it with Towdee Mac. We're about to get into some serious knowledge, okay? Yeah. I've got my pen. I've got my notebook. I'm going to have this look on my face because I'm going to be concentrating really, really hard. But before we get into that, because it can get a little bit technical, I saw on Twitter, maybe last month, somebody had tweeted you about a particular song, and they said that they couldn't find it online. Yes. And you said, hold on, I got something coming. Yes. Let's talk about that. Why make that decision to take your music down, and where are we going? Where are we going to find the things that we want? The world is changing. Yes. A lot of people are not aware. Yes. The world is changing, and by the world I mean obviously the internet as well, and the world of entertainment in particular. And how we going to be distributing our works is going to change, and how we're going to be getting revenue for our works is going to change. Yes. You got these non-fund tokens, these NFTs coming up, and a lot of musicians internationally are already investing in such. So blockchaining is going to become a thing. Blockchaining, for those who don't understand, is just a way where you can be in a value chain that allows you to know exactly what's going on with the money that